to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast. Hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas. I hope there was like a second of silence after the intro before the explosion, so people are sort of like, is this not working? And then just a really loud noise. We ended our other episode with Lola with a very loud noise, so that's part of it. But anyway, we're very excited to welcome a very funny person, and a former improv compadre of Kevin and mine, long time ago. It's Miguel Gauthier. Welcome, Miguel.
What up? Oh, was that the sound of a ship entering a harbor?
It was.
Yeah, in my phone, in my soundboard, it's listed as Inception sound in all caps.
Oh,
yeah.
You remember the Inception trailer? The "boah" was a pretty big meme at the time.
Did you guys watch that movie?
Yeah.
What was your favorite
One
part?
of the most fucking complicated things I ever saw. I was like, wait, this guy gotta draw a fucking maze that takes more than a minute to solve.
I
can't even solve my McDonald's Play Place. Let me finish. I can't even solve my McDonald's Play Place menu in a minute. I would be stuck in the dream for years.
Yeah, you have like a collection of McDonald's Play Place menus, and you still are trying to solve them all, right?
Yeah,
right.
Can't solve them.
Yeah. Sort of a struggle. I want to know. You make a movie about dreams. No one's busting at any point.
There's no busting in this movie. What?
Like wet dream we're talking?
Yeah, there was zero.
You know what they should call him, Kevin? Christopher No Nut. Because there ain't no busting in this movie.
I'll say. Yeah. I think so.
Nice.
Did it come out in November?
Let's find out.
Did I watch it? Was it?
There was
a summer release, July 18th.
Yeah.
Nice.
See? No busting in July. What the fuck is this?
Do you guys dream? Do you guys have dreams?
I actually genuinely have. I haven't had a dream that I've remembered in a long time.
Kevin and I share this. This is maybe the only thing we have in common, but we don't dream. Neither of us. We have zero imagination.
I don't dream either. I don't have dreams.
Really?
Yeah. I wake up every morning and I'm like, wow, just another black sleep of just darkness.
Another blank night of nothing.
I assume the reason I don't have dreams is because of the amount of marijuana that I consume.
You do that the kind of stuff?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Miguel signs off. He's out of the show.
He's gone. But no, friend of the pod, Luke Cessalon, eats cheese before he goes to bed and says that it gives him specific dreams. He says that
he does it on purpose.
Yeah. He eats
specific cheeses or just general cheese.
Yeah. No, he's convinced that different kinds of cheese affect his dreams in different ways. He has cheese curds and he calls them dream pellets.
That's incredible.
I know
sucks.
Luke pretty well, and he was too ashamed to tell me this, so I'm surprised that I'm just learning it now. He uses cheese to change his brain at night. That's fucking awesome.
Man,
it's also weird to eat cheese right before bed, I feel.
I agree. I mean, as a lactose intolerant man, if I was eating cheese before bed, I am having a morning shit. Twice as long, twice as loud, twice
giving
as
my
large.
fiance some weird dreams with all the dookie she'll be smelling that night after I eat my cheese.
She's smelling dookie?
Well, because I'll be farting so much, and she has to share a bed with me.
You guys are gross now. When we knew each other before, you guys were never this gross.
Yeah, we
were really,
cool
really professional and
now
so clean.
Miguel, do you remember what our group was called, if it even had a name when you were part of it back at the U of M? Yeah, I'm curious if you remember.
I don't remember your names. What is it
right?
Again?
We
were wondering because before Club Soda Improv, which is ongoing to this day, we had a few names, including one which was Chocolate Trousers, as well as Double Mermaid. And I wonder if you were part of either of those iterations.
I don't know if we were. I don't know. I truly don't remember. I feel like it, for me personally, it was like such a short-lived like thing.
Right.
I don't, but chocolate trousers is also pretty gross. So maybe you guys were gross back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Have you guys just been gross this entire time?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh no, boys!
I do want to share, Miguel.
Are you like clean and?
Yeah. Are you clean now? Cut now? You're sober, right?
I'm clean. Ever since after last night when I was drunk, up until then, I've been sober.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
You almost got your 5-hour chip.
I'm getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to share a memory, Miguel, because you're right. It was short lived. We knew each other it was a gasp of air, our friendship.
Oh yeah.
But I remember one moment from our improv together that is still referenced to this day, and I know Kevin remembers it too. And it was a song that you sang. And I bet you've forgotten it, but it went like this. We did a little dance like this, and then you chanted, "Everybody do the Egyptian." And that has somehow survived for a decade after you first debuted it on that improv studio.
Is that as I wonder if I was referencing what's that song? Because there's a real song about like dance like an Egyptian.
Dance like an Egyptian.
Probably.
Yeah. Was I just trying to sing that? Or walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, I think
the
we
thing
were
that was really memorable
in the car. I think
it was how loud and long you said the word "everybody." That was what really delivered it.
I think we were freestyling to a beat in the car. I think this is what was happening to or from rehearsal. And then
I wanted to include as many people as possible, so you just really got to lean in that everybody, so that everybody knows.
Yeah, everybody's involved. Yeah, I mean, this way no one can be mad at you for sort of platforming one specific culture or race as the dance that we should emulate.
Yeah,
exactly.
And now, if you don't mind, if you could just share like a really funny memory from something Kevin and I did back then.
Like I said, I barely remember your last names. Okay. When I came onto the video link, I was like, "Oh, that's what these guys look like."
Wow,
is what I said to myself.
Yeah. That's fair. And we don't look the same.
Truly, the only thing I remember is that your dad's name is George. I think.
Hey,
is
he's
that right?
The most famous thing about me for sure. So that makes sense.
Yeah,
you were trying to fucking network through me to get to George or something.
I do feel like I remember one specific like show or scene that was really good, and it was like one good scene, and we were all like, "Yeah, that was awesome." But I don't remember any detail. This is like describing a dream, like a cheese dream.
Yeah.
I'm describing one of my dream pellets.
Right, yeah, which to be clear, we've said you don't have anymore, which is why you don't remember us at all.
And as far as vague memories go, it was about as insulting as it could have been because it implied we only ever had one good scene in our entire time working.
Just in that short gasp of air that I was
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm sure you guys have had some, like a handful of nice stuff.
Yeah. Well, Miguel, can I ask you another podcast question?
Please.
So you opened for the Doughboys in Toronto, is that right? You read their French intro.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Can you tell us about that experience? I'm a Doughboys fan myself, and I was just kind of interested.
Yeah, I'm like I would say like a semi fan. Like I listened to it for a long time and then kind of stopped listening to it, but I kind of check in and out of it. But I just have a really close friend of mine who was on the podcast recently, is like a friend of their group friend. And when they were coming to Toronto, they were just looking. They asked him if they knew any comedians in the city that spoke French, and he suggested me. And then like Nick just reached out to me and sent me the script, and I translated it all with the help of my aunt, which I talk about on the show. But yeah, it was super fun.
That's awesome.
They were super nice guys. I just got to do like a little French rant, and then they asked me a couple questions, and it was very fun. It was fun because I knew a lot of people in the crowd that are fans, and like I didn't tell anyone that I was doing it, so everyone was just like, "What the hell? Why is Miguel up on stage?" It was really cool.
That's cool.
Even as a listener, it was kind of a funny thing because I just heard your name, and I was like, "That's probably not the same guy I know," but it actually was. So that's it was cool.
My claim to fame.
Yeah, it is weird. Like we kind of like had like a we have more of a relationship with you than we do. Well, I do anyway with you than I did with like Ben Clarkson. But we know Ben Clarkson, and he just like pops up all over these like leftist podcasts now.
Right, he's on Chapo now,
and it's like, oh wait, that's like a person we knew. Yeah.
It's amazing how of all the people we've probably put the most effort into podcasting, and yet everyone we've met has succeeded more.
Yeah, sort of.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's kind of our whole thing now. We don't do anything else, you and I.
Like we're trying to get a guest spot on the Real Debaters podcast, and they're giving us the runaround at this point.
They won't even. Even that show doesn't want us on. So
it's probably because you guys are so gross, though.
Yeah, right. That's the thing we're sort of running into.
Poo-poo boys.
Yeah, we're sort of little duty boys. Miguel, is there anything new in your life?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
You think I was asking if there's anything new in anyone else's life? I was asking
just
you
any
if you
other
could tell
Miguel.
me.
Just
I don't know. We had another Miguel that lives in Toronto on the show at some point. Miguel Rivas.
Miguel
was on
Rivas.
The show.
Oh yeah.
My
he was a great guest, by the way. A lot to live up to there.
I've done improv with his brother Freddie.
yeah.
I've actually never met Miguel Rivas.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. Really funny. Such a good episode. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas. Jesus. Slow down.
So
truly, I don't like to start ramping up on what's new and the fact that we haven't seen each other in over
like
10 years.
Yeah.
I think is a lot to open up about.
Any highlights? One thing from the past decade that we should have known about?
That you should have known about me?
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be a lot shorter, and I thought
now
it
Kevin
sounded like
also, since he's recording off of his phone, it's going to mute his own voice during the sound cue, so I don't think this will work.
I thought for a second it was a slow, sad boat coming into a harbor.
Yeah, you think every sound is a boat entering a harbor. You assume every sound I have is a boat.
No, just every sound in general. Every time I hear a sound, I'm like, hold on, was that a boat entering a harbor?
I didn't know there was a harbor in my neighborhood.
Yeah. And my wife was like, no, that was just me snoring while you were leaving.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the news. Wife alert.
Oh, yeah, I'm married.
Congrats.
Nice.
I got engaged this week.
Hey, congrats.
I'm not.
Tom.
Thanks. Oh.
What is that? And what does that mean about you specifically?
Me?
Yeah.
Just cohabitating with someone I think you maybe know, actually. I don't think my
I do
partner.
know your partner.
Yeah, you yeah. And tread lightly when you say things
Celebrations like that. Dinner Theater, which no longer exists.
Wow.
Yeah. Famously well-run, safe space for everyone.
Yeah.
Actually, when we were doing improv together, Miguel, one of the things, my first experience with Celebrations was that we used to improvise on their stage sometimes when we would go in.
Yeah, we would use it as
you would let us in.
Space.
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were rehearsing. Yeah.
Dang, how do I not remember any of this? You guys really did not leave an imprint on me whatsoever.
No,
yeah,
it's clear.
I really feel like we're sort of trying to connect with you, and I'm not even sure you are the Miguel
that we used to hang out Miguel, with. Actually, now that I think about it, he didn't look anything like you.
Should we get Miguel Rivas back on the show and see if it was him?
This is just my new character that I'm doing. It's someone who doesn't know anything or anyone.
Yeah, that's
everything
famously great for improv, right?
That's the one reference point he has.
Are you guys two Navy men?
You're just a modern version of Willem Dafoe's character from The Lighthouse. Your madness is
Well, Kim and I may eventually have to flee America to go to Canada, and when we arrive in Toronto, I'm going to treat you like an old friend. So at least at that point, I'm going to need you to show up a little bit. Act like you remember me. Act like you give a damn.
For the sake of citizenship, I will do it, but not for friendship.
Okay,
which is two ships.
Whoa. Right. And that's back, and we're back, baby.
And we're back.
Look, this has been one of the worst check-ins we've ever done. Let's spin the wheel, and we can get started with our first segment. Woo!
When you say worst, do you mean best? When you say worst, do you mean best?
Throwback Attack. Read an old piece of your writing. This is actually segment number 1. And it says,
Whoa.
if Thomas and Kevin, we could maybe read that old sketch. I assume Kevin knows what that means. He wrote this one. Now, Miguel, but perhaps you yourself have an old piece of writing that you could also debut on the show if you can think of something.
Let me see if I can find the thing I think we're talking about.
An old piece of writing.
Are you a writer? I know you're an improv guy. Do you like to write as well?
I've written. I have written in the past.
Let's pull it up.
I don't know. Well, I just don't know. How do I, can I leave? I can't leave this browser.
Oh, right. It's on your, you can walk around if
But I wonder, but then you'll kind of see how beautiful and clean and great my apartment is.
Whoa.
Right. And we are gross little boys, so we would judge you for that.
You're what? You're cross little boys?
Gross little boys. Gross
little
boys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you're nasty.
T, I think I'm thinking of the.
Is your apartment in the CN Tower? This is crazy. I can't.
And then just looking, I hate this, but if I look out the window, I kind of see a ship coming into a port. It looks like.
Whoa, that can't be right.
Yeah,
I live in the CN Lighthouse.
The CN Lighthouse.
It's a revolving restaurant. Okay, I might have. Oh God. Okay, I'm looking through some old notebooks, and I might have some good stuff here.
Okay, I'm gonna also look through my old high school writing and see if I can find anything from high school that would be worth sharing.
I know what I'm looking for, but I cannot find it yet. Thomas, do you know what the script thing is? We wrote a script together. Oh, this might be it. Let's see.
Is it gross? Because honestly, I can't take much more.
I actually just pulled up the grossest thing I've ever written, and I'm not kidding. It was written. It was written in January of 2009, and it was my Friday essay.
Gonna be nasty.
It is. It actually is.
T, I'm gonna copy you on this Dropbox link because it's in our shared Dropbox from when we were like 19.
Thank you.
So yeah, T, do you want to go first?
I can read this. Let's do that. Maybe we'll read the sketch, and if Miguel has something,
I've got
doing your thing first.
Okay, let's start with mine just to get out the grossness. So every Friday we would write an essay on a chosen topic for English class, my AP English grade 12 class. And the last essay he gave us a wild card. We could write about anything that we were passionate about.
I'm gonna puke.
And I chose the delights of defecation.
Oh,
so
let's
hear about 17-year-old Thomas's preferences. It's pretty long too, so bear with me. I shut the door behind me and hastily fiddle with the lock until it's secure. As folds of denim and cotton fall to the tiles below me, I majestically take a seat on my pearly throne. I let out a satisfied sigh, as there is no other place in which I'd rather be.
Ew.
Evacuating one's bowels may be the most underrated activity of all time. From the moment each of us learns to speak, at least until early adolescence, most of us find the act of defecating to be unconditionally hysterical. This juvenile obsession leads many people to declare excretion to be a disgusting and unspeakable aspect of life once they reach maturity. And yes, you are being called out, Miguel. However, I defy anyone to contradict. Yeah, it's your name's in there somehow.
Yeah,
I defy anyone to contradict the pure, unadulterated gratification of number 2. A wise man put it best when he wrote, "Everyone poops." Defecation is one of a small cluster of activities in which every person must partake. Unlike other activities in this category like eating and sleeping, however, moving one's bowels is both a unifying characteristic of humanity and a completely private, personal escapade. Entering the bathroom while anticipating a bowel movement is like entering into your own sanctuary of familiar smells and sounds. While the sensory experience one creates may be repulsive to others, to oneself, it is recognizable and comforting. There are 3 more paragraphs. The enjoyment one feels the enjoyment one feels when one prepares for excretion can best be explained by the mere exposure effect, which states that familiarity breeds fondness. We are regularly exposed to our own feces throughout our lives, which causes each of us to develop an attachment to it. We all have our own unique bathroom adventures, foreign and foul to anyone else, but marvelous to us. In a world where almost nothing is sacred, it is heartening to know that at least our poops belong only to us. As acquainted with our bowel movements as we all are, the best part about them is how exciting they can be. Each intestinal purging is a challenge. A single trip to the washroom may require immense fortitude and result in loud, exasperated exhalations. Fortunately, unlike most trials of life, defecation only has one possible conclusion. That conclusion, of course, is the cleansing of the bowels and the feeling of satisfaction which always comes with it. I guess I hadn't heard of constipation up until this point. Final paragraph. As I get up from the toilet, I turn to admire my work.
Nasty.
So often I have felt the same sense of pride, as though each stool is my own piece of art. After all the effort, I find myself hesitant to flush this strangely beautiful creation. I know I must, however, for no one but I could appreciate it adequately. I reassure myself by remembering that many of us must feel this private pride after we defecate. Truly, there is nothing on this earth with quite the same mix of solitude and comfort, struggle and satisfaction, admiration and beauty, as sitting myself down in the bathroom, getting comfy, and taking a humongous dump.
Nasty.
That's
Absolutely foul.
Dude,
Now,
you're
yeah.
filthy, man.
You're twisted. Like, that came out of your brain?
Wow. That was that was really nice, man.
Thanks,
Thank you for
man.
sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that had some thought. Like,
kind of soulful, right?
Do you ever, I think in that essay you say after you get up, you turn around and look at your majestic whatever, the words you used. Do you ever do you ever not look and you're just like, that one, no one needs to see that?
I've never not looked, I don't think. I think it's almost like a medical necessity to look and see that
I think so too,
okay
but I feel like, I think we should try to not.
That's really scary. I'm actually like getting a bit sweaty imagining just letting go.
I can imagine Thomas in a sort of Pillar of Salt-esque quandary where he kind of has to never look back.
No, it's like the end of Eurydice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm walking my poop out of Hades, but I want to look at it.
Yeah. Orpheus instead of Orpheus.
Orifice. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Miguel. Do you have a piece of writing? It doesn't need to be that long.
No, mine's 10 times longer. No, mine's like a handwritten thing. Like, look at this, and it's like in this leather bound book that I found. Oh shit! I just lost the page. Oh no, here it is. Okay, this is all it says. It says, "I'm going to start a new craze. I think it's called extreme pranking. It's where you commit to a certain prank like it's your life for years. Example, someone introduces you to one of their friends who you've never met before, and you befriend them, and for years you work at this relationship, working your way up to becoming their best friend. Like you're lucky enough you get to even be this guy's best man at his wedding. You guys go fishing together. You have drunken, giggly conversations about having a threesome or whatever straight guys do these days. Then one day when you guys are best friends, years later, he will introduce you to another friend. He'll say something like, "Hey Miguel, meet Arnold?" ? And I'll just look both of them straight in the eye, flip them the finger and say, "Fuck you, I'm out," and walk away for both of them to never see me again.
That is sick, actually. That's sick.
Miguel invented Nathan Fielder in his journal years ago.
Yeah. That's what Thomas is trying to do with this podcast, is sort of
I did once do a pretty mean long-term prank with a friend of mine, Jordan Stern, where speaking of Inception, incepted into his mind a false event called the Noodle Incident by mentioning it in I was like, I wonder if I brought this up enough if he would start to believe that it had happened. And so I'd bring it up in casual conversation over the course of a year, made him my psychological guinea pig, and eventually got him to agree that he had been present for a noodle incident where we sort of made a big mess at a Japanese restaurant. And then I was like, got you. I just lied for a year to trick you into saying that. And it was very mean. I regret it every day. But
I guess you did get me, man. Good
nevertheless,
job.
I was invited to his wedding. Congrats, Jordan.
That's good. Is this script? It's been a year since I've looked at it.
Yeah.
This is a sketch that Thomas and I wrote when we thought about creating a web series. I mean, it's pretty heavily Jake and Amir influenced, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Jake and Amir influenced, and it also references a song of ours, our first song, which was about our kind of bromance. So the chorus of that song was "We are not gay," and we would say that again and again. So that is the opening line of this references that song, which was about our unspoken bromance together. But why don't we just read this? It's Kevin and I playing ourselves. Yeah. Miguel, give us any notes, because you're actually, I mean, you were on the fucking Doughboys. You're kind of a comedy legend. So, like, any feedback for us, please let us know what we can do.
I have a feeling just before we start that because this is early, it's not going to quite be gross enough, but let's get into it.
See how we
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're not gay.
Right. Is that a song idea?
No.
So you just said that?
It looked like you thought we were.
Okay. Homophobia aside, we really should be brainstorming.
Right. We could write a rap song?
Okay, that was sort of implicit in my whole brainstorming comment.
You didn't really say it, though.
Yeah, because if I had said it, it wouldn't be implicit.
Pretty big talk for someone who's decidedly not a Rhodes Scholar.
You don't decide to be a Rhodes Scholar.
I did.
No, you didn't.
How do you know, Mr. Kevin, I'm not a Rhodes Scholar, Kevin?
Did you forget my last name? Were you Miguel?
Oh
my God, you don't know what my last name is.
No, I do. I know.
We have been friends for years. How the fuck do you not know what my last name
little
is?
Shit. Why don't you just come right out and say it?
I did say it.
No. You've hated Cecil Rhodes from day one. And now that I'm his love child...
Cecil? Who is Cecil Rhodes?
Cecil
Rhodes. What?
Cecil. You're supposed to pronounce it different.
Who is Cecil Rhodes?
Cecil.
What?
Rhodes.
What?
Cecil Rhodes.
What are you talking about?
You know, the forefather of the Rhodes Scholarship, which I have? What?
It's just sad, man.
What do you mean?
Just the amount of validation that you require on a daily basis. There must be some dark cloud of sadness inside of you that allows you to gloat like this. I'm amazed that you can even get up in the morning. How do you even look at yourself in the mirror?
Blindfold.
What?
Wear blindfold when I sleep so the light from the windows doesn't reach my eyes.
Well, that's pretty normal, I think.
And then when I get up, I don't have to look at my penis very much, which helps. Hey. Thank you. Hey, drop a beat.
Okay.
Okay, I've got it.
What?
Ugh, don't you ever interrupt my train of thought.
Oh my God!
The idea's gone now. I hope you're happy.
I'm not happy. Why would I be happy? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That was so stupid. You're right. I'm sorry.
Why are you so hostile?
I just... You sort of upset me earlier.
Wait, do you mean because of the Rhodes thing?
No. It's just... It really seemed like you thought we were gay.
You know, for a second there, I kind of did.
That's a sin.
And
scene. Wow.
Wow.
That has
interesting.
Has aged like a fine El Vino, like a fine cheese. In fact, it's aged like a cheddar.
That one's gonna be giving me some nightmares tonight, Miguel.
Oh
any
my
notes
God.
at all that you can think of?
I thought it was perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, he's leaving. As just for the listening, for the audio only, he's been.
Miguel is
moving
walking into traffic.
He's picking up. Yeah,
I'm walking into the harbor.
Yeah, he's gonna get run over by a ship coming into port.
No, I had to get a charger for my phone, guys.
Fair
Thanks
enough.
for bringing it up.
Well,
Yeah.
How about this? We've been talking too much ourselves. Let's take a break. We'll come back with Miguel's segment. Can't wait to see
maybe
what it
we'll
is.
say nothing when we come back.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come back, all silence, just Miguel.
Do you smell that? It's Bullshit Alert, the podcast where we lie, cheat, steal, and sometimes, yes, sometimes, it's the truth. Think you can sniff it out? Join Stephen Carter, Danny Marshall, and Lily Moss each week where we invite new guests, new stories, and of course, new bullshit. Find Bullshit Alert on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts.
We're back. Miguel, do you have a segment for us?
I have about a dozen. What do you guys? Which
What?
one you want? No, I'm
Well-
just kidding.
Oh, good.
Okay.
It's the first joke you've made this episode, huh?
Wow, right?
Thanks for finally showing up, my man.
Hey, I'm here. Okay. Let's do this one. This is a segment I like to call "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" Thomas, you go first.
Would be fun. I mean, I already told you the noodle incident story. I feel like I played psychological warfare on my dear friend. I can think about a second example.
No, we don't have that. That was another one of my famous jokes.
The man is a machine. He writes. They say about this about Miguel. My man writes like Louis C.K.
Right, yeah. And they say his process is exactly the same.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I said that to a friend last night. We were having some drinks after work, and I just looked at right in the eyes and just said, "What's the worst thing you ever did?" And without skipping a beat, it was instant. He says, "I don't want to say," as if he was thinking about it. The minute
in that moment, it was you caught him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the worst thing you ever
said? I don't want to say.
Yeah, I don't want to say.
It was
like those
so
movies.
He was terrified you'd ask that very question.
No, okay.
Oh,
I used to host a podcast, and we would do this thing that I haven't done in a long time that was really fun, and we called it See Ya Ladle, where you would just name foods or things in foods that you don't think should exist anymore, and you say "See Ya Ladle" to them. I think that could be fun.
Okay.
Like ingredients, or you're getting rid of stuff that's just not for you.
Yeah, it could be anything. The hard ridges on crackers that cut up the top of your mouth.
See Ya Ladle.
Okay.
Yeah.
See ya ladle.
Make cereal more rubber.
Yeah. See, no. Okay, I got a good one here, and it's a little controversial. Because I'm a big fan of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I'm a big fan of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, but that edge is too much. There's the edge that is hard, the sort of crust, as it were, of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, I find messes with the balance of chocolate to peanut butter ratio too much. I want to get rid of the edge. See ya ladle.
See Ya Ladle.
Yeah, See Ya Ladle edge. Yeah,
some
edge
people
is nasty
prefer
on that.
the small Reese's because of
Nasty.
that very reason, that the density or the breakdown's a little better.
I find that not to be true. I find the edges on the small one to make up more of them. It's more edge.
Yeah,
more crust.
I do prefer the small ones. Do you like a Reese's egg, Kevin? That's kind of the ultimate.
A Reese's egg is much more preferred. The I think the new god tier Reese's, as a side note, is the Reese's with nougat.
Is that that's like a fast break?
It's kind of I think it just is a fast break, but in Canada I don't think they call it that for some reason. Probably because our labor laws are not letting you have a fast break.
What about the one
yeah.
that's like a half-pound puck? Have you ever had
that
that one?
scares the fuck
Oh
out of
yeah,
me.
those look good.
I have
I
one of
just
those
wanna-
before every night, so I have dreams.
Before every you sit one of those every night. It would be so detrimental to your health. You could do that for like 2 days and you'd feel like fucking garbage on day 3.
Oh yeah,
I was
watch
listening
me.
to, not to shout out other podcasts, but on the Guy's podcast, the host of that said that he ate 6 king-size caramello bars every night. He was addicted to them.
I don't know what that is.
It's
what's
like
a
a
caramel
caramilk,
bar?
but an American version. And he would
Oh,
have
And
6
he would eat-
king-size caramellos a night. He was so addicted.
What a shitty
That's-
chocolate bar to be addicted to as
I mean,
well.
I love it, but
It's a
fair
good
enough.
chocolate bar, but it's kind of not that fun to eat,
mm.
right? The caramel. I know we're okay. Sorry. Well, let's
The
get back to the
Workman's
See Ya
bar. I'm
Ladle.
gonna, you know what I'm saying? See a ladle too. I think the
that?
pointy edges of like Doritos and Tostitos chips, like tortilla chips. I cut up my mouth. I poked the sides. Let's
You want it
smooth
to be
those
round.
out. Let's smooth them out a little. Let's keep them nice and soft at the edges so my mouth is safe. See a ladle.
Yeah, see a ladle, like a cheese puff but Dorito.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I
100%.
hate when have you guys ever cut an onion? You guys do that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You've done
Yes,
that before?
I've tried
I
that.
own,
Yeah,
I own
I've
2
dabbled.
restaurants. I cut onions all the time.
Yeah, me too. I hate I hate when there's like when you cut into a layer of an onion and there's just like a little like thin like skin layer that's like kind of
Mhm.
see
The
through.
membrane.
Yeah.
It's like a membrane. Get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Get that out
Yeah.
of there.
See a ladle.
See a ladle. Like,
Yeah.
what's
See a
the
ladle.
point of that even?
Yeah. Oh, I got that. That inspires me.
Yeah, go.
I got a
Uh,
good one too.
I'm a big Jello fan. I don't know if you guys love Jello. But when
Really?
you leave
I
Jello,
didn't know this.
I like Jello. I don't eat it very often.
I've known you
but I
this
love it.
long. You didn't tell me you were a big
When's
Jell-O
the
fan?
last time you had Jello?
Years ago, and I'll tell you why. The thing that puts me off Jello a little bit is that sometimes there's a skin on it. If it
The
sits in the
skin.
wrong, the skin of the Jello that like isn't. It doesn't. Did you guys understand what I mean when I'm talking
Is
about
that
this?
what
It's
that
like a thin
Scarlett
layer that's
Johansson movie was about? Under the Skin?
under the skin. Yeah, it was about
Under
the
the
better part of
Tuscan
the Jello.
skin?
Yeah. Under
Yeah,
the Tuscan
her?
skin. Black Widow.
What else? Lost in Translation? That
yeah.
was like fucking Miguel on the Doughboys show.
Oh.
But
Sorry.
yeah. Anyway,
I
Jello.
know what the skin is. It is disgusting. Pudding has the same problem.
See a ladle
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah. See a
I'm
ladle
gonna say
skin.
that little top part of the avocado, there's like that one little nub that when you're cutting open an avocado, it'll get in there and you got to separate
Yep.
the nub from the rest of the green flesh.
Mhm.
See a ladle to
Sucks.
that nub.
Yeah.
I
See ya.
hate that guy.
A ladle.
Yeah,
See
that
you later.
sucks.
That does suck. That does suck. Do you have something, Miguel?
What? Let me think. Just.
I got raisins in desserts.
Oh, okay. See,
This
I
will
like raisins
stop.
in dessert, but if you don't like it, I think for the good of mankind, we get rid of them. See a ladle.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Okay.
Those are
Well,
the 4 things that we don't like in food. Everything else we're okay with.
Yeah. I feel like
I guess I'll say
Oh, I got one.
all the fucking chemicals that they put in our food, the growth
Right.
hormones, the red dyes, the carcinogens,
Mm-hmm.
the seed oils. See a
Thomas-
ladle.
Sorry, you're letting your worm do the talking again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your brain worm is sort of.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
see a ladle to Thomas's brainworm.
Yeah, see a ladle to that.
Found him
you
in
know
an
when you-
apple.
When you bite into a sandwich that hasn't been toasted and the bread sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
See a
Oh.
ladle.
You know what? See a ladle to that. Also, when you bite into a sandwich and all the ingredients kind of fall out the backside of it.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Boo.
See a ladle to that. Yeah, see a ladle to that.
You know when sometimes the
Oh.
opposite happens and you bite a sandwich and you pull all the meat out in one bite and it's all in your mouth and the
Sort
rest
of,
of the
yeah.
sandwich is just vegetables and the onion doesn't even have the skin part anymore?
See a ladle.
See a ladle.
See a ladle.
But you know
Yeah.
what helps with that? You need sharper teeth, Thomas. That's what you
Yeah,
need.
your teeth are sort of flimsy.
Yeah,
of
they are
chickly.
soft chalk nubs
Yeah.
from lack of care and brushing.
When Thomas's teeth clatter together, it sounds like pillow fight, not like
when I get cold, it's like a white noise machine. It helps my fiance fall asleep.
Yeah.
I used to be addicted to the extra large soft chalk nubs. I'd have 6 of them before bed.
Yeah, that's good.
Soft chalk.
That's real good.
It took me a second to remember.
You know what I'll
was.
say see you ladle too? When the ice cream in your cone starts to drip down the side, how about you stay where I put you?
Yeah, you stay in your place.
You stay where where you belong at the top of the cone.
I don't care how hot it is outside.
That doesn't fucking matter to me, bitch.
See you later.
Yeah, you stay where you are.
Yeah, you
stay in your lane.
You be stays. How about that?
How about when there's when there's one cherry tomato left on your plate and you can't quite like puncture it with your fork and it kind of slides around?
Yeah.
See you ladle for that.
Ladle. I feel like this happens to me a lot. I'll get like a breakfast wrap from somewhere. It'll have like a sauce in it, and I'll be eating it in the car on my way to a place, and the wrap near the final bites will just explode because the sauce, they've been too generous with the sauce and not aware of how the sauce will work in the wrap, and I end up wearing it's a real unfortunate situation. So see you ladle to oversauced wraps.
Yeah, saucy bottoms.
Saucy bottoms in general. And we do mean that about the members of the queer community that are sort of spicy.
Yeah. Just see you ladle.
We haven't grown much since we wrote that sketch. You can be straight and a bottom, I think. But anyway.
Yeah. I just
It's fine.
I guess so. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
That's my whole identity, so I'm hoping that's allowed.
Your whole identity is straight bottom?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's really good.
Now, do we want to continue? This is a great segment, or should we do one more segment from the wheel to close out the show? Thank you for bringing See Ya Ladle to our attention. Love that.
See Ya Ladle was great.
Also,
what was your podcast?
Also, don't throw out the idea of what's the worst thing you've ever done. Maybe that could be something for the future.
We'll think
of your
about
podcast.
I will say this is another friend's story, but my friend mentioned that one time he was in an improv group doing a warm-up where someone would rapid fire ask you questions. And so it was like favorite album. No, it was like favorite color, favorite album, and the worst thing you've ever done. And he was like, I'll go first. Green, Dark Side of the Moon, made my girlfriend have an abortion. And it was like, it just came out of his mouth. It was like he was ready to share that.
Abortion?
So no, Kevin, that's inappropriate.
No, that's not where it comes out.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we spinning the wheel? Sorry.
Let's spin the wheel.
Talk about saucy bottoms.
Yeah. God damn. That's gross.
Okay, we got it is bad fit. Participants must find and reveal a bad outfit in image form from earlier in their lives.
Man, so a lot of this is just like Miguel's not gonna be able to do this because he can't scroll back.
That's true. Well, Miguel, you can maybe judge our outfits if you're not able to show us one yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll remember us when we bring up some retro photos.
Yeah, some photos of ourselves from the past.
Mine would literally just be the fact that like in the last 5 years I've lost like a tremendous amount of weight. So I feel like it would just be me being very heavy set, wearing clothes that I shouldn't have been wearing at the time.
Sure. I don't remember you being particularly ill dressed when we used to spend time together.
You look good as hell. That.
Let's see here. A lot of my photos are not. I wish I had like high school photos easily accessible.
I got one that's not necessarily a bad outfit, but it's kind of a fun story. So, I'll pull this up. It's outfit adjacent. What? Did you find something awful?
I've got one.
Okay, good. So we went on a road trip, if you guys can see this, to Culver's, which is a great American fast food staple. And you can see that to celebrate it, I wrote with a Sharpie on my white t-shirt and my iconic blue hoodie, 4-leaf Culver's 2011 with a little 4-leaf clover at the bottom, but it doesn't really look like a 4-leaf clover.
No,
I guess there are burgers instead of leaves was what I tried to draw there.
Is that an American Apparel sweater?
Probably maybe American Eagle, maybe Old Navy. But you can
Classic.
see this is basically my fashion sense has always been this: hoodies and t-shirts and nothing more. So
And
that's
writing
a little
writing your own
Yeah.
things on top of your white t-shirt.
drawing my own graphic tees. So pretty cool. Kevin, what have you got for us?
Yeah, so I guess I mean I was looking for an old photo. I do have one of myself, but I think I'll share one thing with you first, just to happen to pop up and see what we think about it. This is actually just an old photo of Thomas.
Yeah.
This was Thomas attempting to make macaroni and cheese.
That's him eating his nightly pre-bed cheese.
Now, this is a heinous image. This is like a Kraft mac and cheese. If you're just listening, you can see the noodles have congealed into one lump, and the cheese is just resting atop them somehow. As like this.
What?
Like, I don't know how I did. I think I tried to make it in the microwave instead of on the stove. And it just
Yeah, you can see the microwave is
completely
open actually back here, so clearly that's what you attempted to do. But the photo I do have, which is me looking in, I think it's one of the worst outfits I've ever worn.
Let's see
Right
this.
here.
Whoa, dressed as a cop.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
ACAB.
yeah.
ACAB does
Yeah.
include Kevin, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does. It does include me. So yeah, I think that's maybe one of my least. I'm
also,
actually
you're
now I
really
found.
strangling that person.
Yeah.
That
unfortunately-
wasn't for a play.
That was
Yeah.
gross.
That was just my vibe. That was just my standard vibe.
Kevin
That was just
found
you at a bus stop.
a
Yeah.
bystander and attacked him and then
It
posed
just
for a photo.
assaulted him. Oh, I got a pretty. Here's a pretty. I look bad in this. I look really bad in this.
You have some fun outfit evolution
yeah.
over the years. I'm interested in some of your early ones.
Yeah, what's some of
I
your
found
early
some
work?
older photos. So like this is me.
I mean,
Are you wearing
lot
those
worse.
wings, or are you posed in front of them?
I mean, the wings are just on the wall. The wings are just on the wall. The outfit itself, I just don't look great. This is the LA Roadhouse. It's a shirt that from a bar that my brother and father used to own and operate. So that's only kind of douchey, sort of wearing the family merch.
Nothing wrong
here's
with
a
this.
good one.
Nothing wrong with this.
Oopsie daisy.
yeah, there's nothing wrong
Here's
with
a-
this, Kevin. You
Yeah,
can do
okay.
better than
Well,
that.
yeah, okay. Here's something I know would incite Miguel with rage. Here's something I know would make him feel
Oh
upset.
God.
Sort
Picture
of.
of your own shit.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh wow.
God.
This is what the improv
And there
group
we
that
are
Miguel,
making memories without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
This
you
is what
can,
it could have been.
like ships in the night. if you like if you what is that? Wince your eyes. What is that? You
Squint. It's called
if you-
squint. They say it's
what is it?
squint, right?
What's the word? I don't know. That's not
Squint.
if you squint, you can see me passing by in the background really quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Like
you're
a
sort of to the left of Dan.
Breath of
right?
fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
Double
that.
mermaid. Is that
Um,
what? Is that, I don't remember that.
That's what
at
it
all.
ended up being
Oh, wow.
called.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't really have many other there's some really weird old photos in here. Some of which are not great, but none of which are embarrassing in the way that I wouldn't there's a photo in here of a rotisserie chicken that my mother brought me for lunch one day at work, which
That's nice.
Fuck it. We're running out of steam. Let's take a look at that, I guess, and then we can wrap it up.
No, I don't
Let's
even
bring up
I
the
don't even have
rotisserie and then we'll
Oh,
call
hold
it
on,
here.
hold on. Here we go. Rip this fit, okay? Talk, and I want you guys to be heartless with this outfit.
Yeah.
I want you to be heartless about
Oh.
this.
Oh,
I mean,
yikes.
a lot of padding. There's a lot
What?
of padding.
Kevin, what are you so scared of? This is Kevin on a skateboard fucking wrapped up like the mummy. He got
How
so
old do
much
I?
pads
Yeah, I am.
on.
I am so protected. Jesus Christ, am I
the
protected?
knee pads go from the ankle to the crotch. Like that is
Yeah.
full in-seam knee pad.
Yeah,
And Kevin,
I
in
must.
a protest to this era of his life, took all the pads off and gave himself brain damage with a skateboard later. So it's good to remember where you came from.
Yeah. It is it is deeply padded. I'm wondering, how old do you think I am here? You guys might know ages of
Maybe
children
like
better than I do.
19?
Yeah. We both
19?
said
What?
19.
How did
Yeah,
you say
something
that
like
together? I look like I gotta be less than 10 for sure, right? 19? You fucking
I
assholes.
love that we both said it. This has been Oops All Segments. Miguel, thank you so much for coming on. Maybe in another 10 years we'll have you on and you'll forget you did this.
Yeah.
But
nice for me.
We're curious if there's anything you would like to plug or point our listeners to at the end here.
I don't know. I mean, I still do improv. I do like a monthly show if any of your listeners are in Toronto. I'm in an improv troupe. I'm in an improv troupe called Smooch with 3 lovely improvisers. What's coming? Oh, here we go. There's a picture of Thomas. This looks like you had a rough night. It looks like you just got choked out by Kevin in a police uniform.
Does look like a bee stung my eye. Anyway, so your group is called what?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Thomas.
None of this fucking matters.
None of this is real. This is all a dream.
A cheese dream.
Yeah, this is all our cheese pellets or whatever you call them.
Dream pellets.
Yeah, I'm in a troupe called Smooch. We perform at the Social Capital Theatre here in Toronto I don't even know, every third.
I like SoCap. I've seen a few shows there.
Yeah, they're great. Every third Sunday of the month. And yeah, it's just a good time. We just do long form improv. There's 4 of us in our troupe, and we do like a good 30 to 40 minutes. It's really fun.
I'm gonna make a point of checking you out next time I'm there. I just got back from Toronto like a few weeks ago, and a good friend of the show and friend of ours, Luke Cecilon, who does improv with us in Club Soda,
and eats cheese before he goes to sleep.
He lives in Toronto. Yeah, and that's he's the cheese dream guy. Yeah. So he lives in Toronto.
Nice.
So I visit him with regularity. So I'll come see you next time I'm there.
Totally.
Yeah, get my smooch on.
Kevin, do you have anything to plug?
Well, make sure to check them out. Yeah, I mean, Streetcar Named Desire is coming out right away. We're running. We just had our first production meeting today, actually. So it was great.
If you liked the old writing on this one, you're gonna love this piece of old writing. It's called Streetcar Named Desire.
Questionably about being gay as well.
Actually, yeah, it's actually a lot of the same themes as our sketch will be explored in the play.
Yeah. But yeah, Tennessee Williams' iconic work will be going on June 11th to the 15th. I'm producing it. I'm playing Mitch in it. And it's going to be fucking incredible. It's been an exciting process so far, even just getting the ball rolling. So come check that out. Follow Club Soda Improv. Plus, I'm doing some amazing shows at the Winnipeg Fringe Festival, doing Instant Modern Classic and the Big Improv Show. So
what are those?
Come on out to those. Instant Modern Classic is still being ideated entirely, but the deadlines have been put in already to name the shows, so I can tell you that that's what it's called.
Great.
It's going to be an improvised long form play, essentially, with some really great improvisers from across Canada and I think even the United States. And
is it going to be funny?
Certainly not. Right? Certainly not. No, yeah. And Big Improv Show is the big jam show, director's cut style. Usually, I don't know if we're doing that again this year. With who knows? Colin Mockery did it with us last year, so it could be anybody. So yeah, that's the tall and short of what I got to plug. T, what about you? Plugging things aside from
check out Secret Family sketch at the Annoyance. You'll probably see me and Trigger Happy at the Annoyance soon. It's coming up, and maybe I'll be there for Winnipeg Fringe, but it's still TBD. We're figuring out what the fuck is going on. I just learned about those shows, and they sound like they're in development. So, I will talk to you later, Miguel.
See you guys never again.
Signing off like it's the end of a Zoom call, a personal Zoom call we're having with Miguel. I'll talk to you later, I guess.
All right, just have those files on my desk by Friday, okay?
Jesus Christ.
Bye.